met a beautiful girl and fell in love. We went back to her place, and she said, "Would you like to kiss Necrosis Thanatos?" I still can't get over that fucking name. Oh my god, that was incredible. Okay, so we have some... We know that Xander's datapad was incremented by 1. We just got into Xanderpad. There was... something else that What's-His-Face told us. Wait, was this the datapad? Where was the number that he told us about? I don't remember this. That was his lock. Oh, it was his locker code, right? And then there was another number that we had to know. Yeah, I already did that one. And then there's this number that was like 014528 or some shit. 014563. Okay.
Bear with me here.
Oh, ventilation.
Do not clear. Oh, maybe somebody covered it. That's what happened.
The ventilation system once provided fresh air to the whole station.
To the whole
And now
station.
it sits so stale, so left behind.
There's
in
a
robots'
haiku in there
jars.
somewhere.
We will mourn it as a dead robot friend. Robot.
This is a dormitory. These are just doors.
The reinforced door is closed. Unfortunately, the opening mechanism is broken beyond repair.
Isn't that really sad? So we haven't logged in to Pavel Cernahos's records. Let's look at his media, which is some rocks. Some rocks. That's pretty cool. Oh,
He's
we
a
got
rock
a kitty.
man.
Oh, we got a Despy. Hi, Despy, baby cat. Oh, Despy's been really snuggly lately. Come here. Come here. Let me get you. Hi, baby cat. Oh, you're purring so hard. Hello. No. No, do not leave me. Let me clear out the box for you. There you go, sweetheart. Hold on, we gotta get the box. Alright, there you go. There you go, you got a box. Alright, now that the guy's dead, it's fine if we just read all his private messages, right? Privacy's not a thing, he's dead, it's fine.
He's dead, it's fine.
Remember that we're the last surviving members of this expedition. There's no excuse for mistakes. Any form of rules violation will be strictly punished. In other words, don't screw up or you'll have to deal with me. Attention! Oh, okay, so this is...
We already read this.
Yeah, this is the message that Alex Lark sent to everyone.
Lark. Wait, Lark is also named Alex?
Maybe.
Because Hinckley is named Isaac.
Oh, it's Andrew Lark.
Andrew Hinkley-Love.
Are you online?
Man, if I make a game like this, I'm gonna have like 3 of the characters be named John something.
Yeah, and they're all just like brown hair, tall, same facial structure.
They're just tall, nerdy guys with glasses.
Are you online? I've got some big news. What's up? Lark plans to blame it all on Cynthia. What is he thinking? No clue. Are you worried he can read our communication? At this point, I don't care. I'm still stuck in the lab. Any progress?
I'm sitting right next to you. It's a one-room space station.
Yeah. So this is the other end of the message, right? That we read on the other thing. So here's Scott White. Ha, that was one hell of a fight. Yeah, you're quite good. Still don't understand how you got away from that lever. I am just that special. Let's have a rematch. What the hell? Barth destroyed the hovercraft. Yeah, I need to find out what's going on. If someone destroyed a hovercraft, I wouldn't be like, yeah.
Yeah, we should probably look into that.
Can't you somehow find his datapad password? I guess we could learn a lot there. I tried to spy on him. I got as far as seeing that he starts by entering his full name and then adds some long number.
This is okay. This is actually a pretty good puzzle, right? It's stupid narratively, but like, you know, we're learning. We have to look. It's good because we have to dive into the narrative to get the clues, right?
Yes. Yeah. I do like that. I like that integration. I do have to say that, like, we have there's been an awful lot of like datapad passwords that have just happened to have been recorded in various places on datapads.
That's the best part about a crime scene is when everyone is pretty much just dropping breadcrumbs everywhere. Oh my god, I got a baby cat. Yes, baby cat. Okay. So, it looks like a poison. Any evidence of thallium in anything we have here? Nope. Don't think so, says Barth Krylo. But the symptoms are all over the place. Lee in her hair, abdominal pains, everything. Yeah, or it's some super secret alien virus. Happy face.
This is no time for a smiley face.
Oh, shut up. Seriously, I have a bad feeling about this. We will see. Let's just stay put. The last thing I want is to have... the last thing I want to have around here is some bloody hysteria. Yeah,
I actually had bloody hysteria last night.
Cynthia Cleveland. Hey, you want to meet tonight? What's up? Just thought you could help me with something. Sorry, I'm a bit busy.
Some
Maybe
poison that I'm cooking up.
Busy in here? One of us actually has to do something. This is so casual. This is like a space base operated by high schoolers. LeMayo, I'm doing all the work here.
It's actually how they executed all their high schoolers.
Can you gain access to their space Tinder accounts?
Space Tinder. You have four matches nearby. One of them is a Mobot.
Let's see. Alright, so this is the keypad to the 014536 firm. Or wait.
Seven Toes says John Madden, John Madden, John Madden, John Madden.
It's a Rob! Woo! Interactables, blue board, microscope,
A
examine.
standard digitally enhanced microscope.
Well, is it standard or is it digitally enhanced?
Pick one! Damn it!
Also, is anyone else getting the uncomfortable sensation that this is actually the Millennium Falcon?
That would be an
Wait a
amazing
minute.
twist. I
There
would
is
be
a
so
custom
into that.
nano SD card inserted.
Let's
Nobody
remove
else
and
would.
analyze
Everyone
it
else would
before we try to
hate it.
use it.
Yeah.
Who knows what might be stored
The
there?
music's picking up.
It's
Whoa.
SD card music.
Has there been music so far, or is this just the first music?
There has been music. There has been music. Nano
It's
SD.
the Nano SD
Wow,
music,
they had
right?
micro, mini, micro, and now nano SD.
Although when
It's
you
the
think
size of
over
the-
130 years, like that's not a lot of technology progression. We hit that like
what?
what is it? What's the limit that we're gonna hit? Transistor. We hit the transistor limit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so I can...
We went with quantum pixels and
Quantum pixels. Yeah.
we smashed the computer binary.
Bid analysis.
What?
Bio
bio.
analysis.
The sample contains
That
traces of
makes
dried
more
human
sense.
blood. After 6 years living outside the hermetically sealed station, this blood is too degraded to analyze. So this is Isaac Chuckadog, his thing. Alexander Snatcherson. What was his name?
It was the name
Hinckley.
of
There we go.
presidential assassin Hinckley. Right. Yes.
Hinckley. Data analysis. Splatter vector analysis suggests that the blood came from an outside source and not from the person wearing this cloth sample.
How can you know that? How could you know that? How can she slap?
How can she slap? All right, here, let's do this. Let's analyze some datas.
I like
Why?
how juicy this data analysis interface is. Right? There's like lots of little spinny things and
Oh, yeah.
animations.
It's a nice
Little
little
circles
interface.
grow.
What's the original Julia?
I think this is a remake of a game.
Right? Like, because I know I briefly saw that it was a remake of something when I downloaded it, but
I don't know any more than that though.
we should look it up, man. We got 25 more minutes.
All right.
Analyzer. The skull is badly fractured. Cause of death, laser gunshot to the head. Heavily mutated human viri are present in the body, probably caused by long
Wait a minute. A laser gun shot to the head would not crack your skull.
Depends on how powerful it is, because if it heats the bone to the point where it expands rapidly in one location, then that could crack it, couldn't it?
You should be on World's Deadliest Warrior or whatever it was.
I will call up Max.
Here's scientist Sean Bouchard to explain more about how these weapons work.
Wasn't Deadliest Warrior the one where they had one person from an ancient time fight another person in ancient time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had Max Geiger do the simulation.
Yeah, wasn't the simulation just where he had an equation and he just ran it 1,000 times and whichever one won more, he was just like, oh yeah, that's the guy who would win.
Yeah, it was just a simple. It was just a he made basically like a 2-dimensional fighting game sort of simulation, and then it didn't have any art or anything. It was just a computer simulation, and he just ran it. I mean, to be fair, that's what people do, right? Who use simulations to calculate things. But
I mean, that's what simulations are.
It was like it's like they had a ranged weapon. They pretty much usually had a ranged weapon, a mid-range weapon, and a close-range weapon, and then there was a power level assigned to each of those, and then a dice was rolled.
Mm-hmm. That's how I would do it. The DNA comparison matches Andrew Lark.
Wait, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on.
We're in the lab.
We have an analyzer and we're analyzing different things?
Yeah. All the stuff I've collected, which is samples from bodies, this laser gun that is clearly a laser rifle. I'm analyzing them in the analyzer, and we're gathering things, and it's saying stuff like, totally not his blood, or he shot himself in the head. The cause of death was that he shot himself in the head.
So what had Andrew Larkin's DNA on it?
Some pieces of Andrew Lark. So there was a body, and the name tag on the body said Andrew Lark. So I collected the chunks of him and brought to the to the analyzer, and it's just like, that's Andrew. So. Biological analysis, the laser gun grip is covered with fingerprints. Correlations of these prints with the internal database reveals a prevailing match with Andrew Lark.
Somebody really had their way with this laser gun.
Traces of Scott White's fingerprint can be detected as well. Oh. The laser gun data indicates that the weapon has been fired exactly 9 times. The sample analysis reveals his skull was fractured by a strong blast, suggesting cause of death is a laser gun. Photographic analysis reveals an estimated 98.3 probability that he was shot while sleeping.
That's not how lasers work.
Now, let me guess. So we found a body in a bed with a big hole in its head. And this is going to try to confirm for us that not only did he die while sleeping, but that it was also crazy, terrifying goatee man. Was his name Pavel Chokehouse?
Chokehouse.
Oh, Pavel Cerno House. That's right.
Cerno something. Cerno actually means black, right? So it probably just means like black something. You know, because Cerno means black.
Does Cerno mean black?
Yeah, it does. Like American Gods, there's a guy named Cernabog. It means like black bog.
Was it black bog? Alright.
Cerno.
Let's go back. Alright, let's see if the nano SD card has anything useful in it. Alright.
Oh. Chernobog is Proto-Slavic for black god. They're pretty basic.
Alright. Correlation with the internal fingerprint database reveals a match with Barth Krylov. Traces of Andrew Lark's fingerprints can be detected as well.
This is
Wait,
perfect.
so we haven't...
Now I can try breaking into weakly protected data pads.
The nano SD card contains the executable file of a program designed for password analysis. After setting the datapad into maintenance mode, this program will isolate which letters are part of the target password. Due to the limits of this program, it won't work on datapads with strong protection.
Okay, so that's a password that belongs to somebody that we haven't seen before, whose name has come up and now I forget it.
Yeah, this is Cynthia Cleveland's data pad. Let me check
No,
my
no,
log.
no. The ID card. The ID card. Krylov.
Yeah.
Barth Krylov.
His full name followed by a long numeric combination.
Shushi LaRue.
Okay, so the thing is,
but Barth Krylov's ID has a hacking program on it, which is suspicious.
yeah,
And then
right.
it's also got Andrew Lark's fingerprints all over it, which is double suspicious.
I mean,
So-
at some point after a couple of years, you're all just gonna be palming each other's data pads willy-nilly, right? Cramped up in a place like
Yeah,
this.
but we were only there for like 10 days.
That's true. Maybe
So
they
wait,
shouldn't have,
we might be able to just brute force the shit out of this thing. So there's the analytics station. Let me just look around a little more.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do the
The
glove
glove
box.
box was meant for handling unsafe materials. It was never used.
Oh, well, there's your
that was probably a mistake.
This
The
container
glove box
holds
was meant
various
to
research
contain
samples.
the instruction manual for the vehicle, as well as license and
The waste
registration.
on it is still sealed.
open the
The
waste
laboratory
disposal.
is one more thing the crew failed to use properly.
The lavatory.
What is this device?
Observation. It looks like a makeshift device. It was probably constructed from other devices.
As is the
Can you be more
definition of
specific?
makeshift.
It looks like a Geiger counter. The parts came from the demolished hovercraft we saw outside.
That's pretty ingenious.
Commentary.
Is it?
Why would they need to measure radiation when the central computer was equipped with sophisticated radiation detectors?
'Cause the
Even my
computer
sensors
wanted to kill
detected
them!
Radiation right away.
Perhaps they broke.
Ding. You had a thought.
Hey, you wanna hear something adorable?
Yeah.
Meow. That's it. That was the adorable noise. It was
Yeah,
me,
that's
the
weird.
one that
Good.
made.
That's
Good.
That's weird.
That's, I like it.
That's like something a child would do.
Meow.
You're still doing it.
Destiny, do a little
something
louder.
a child would do.
Meow. Meow.
Bill, did you just call me a child?
on.
Because I fucking do that all the time.
Good kitty. That's a good little meow. She did a little
Meow, meow.
one sad little meow because she's tired. Oh, this
that
is
how
Barth
cats work?
Krylov's data pad.
It's
Hey, my name's Barth
the name
Krylov.
Barth Krylov, and then a number.
Okay.
Krylov 6969.
Y L O
No, you.
V.
Oh, really?
Krylov.
Oh, it's Krylov. Oh. BATH.
Oh, B.
And then a long string of 5 numbers.
Oh my gosh, it can't be that long. Let's start with 4.
Okay, there's 1 4. Vanna?
Ugh, ghosts.
I realize how incredibly difficult this is to
No
screw
5.
up.
No 5s. No, 1 5. 2 and a 5.
Woo! Hey!
Hacker.
He looks like a Barth Krylov.
He kind of does.
Now this is interesting.
Did
Originally,
he develop the Unix system?
the what?
Did he perhaps develop C++?
Barth Krylov?
Yeah, I feel like I know this guy.
I mean, I feel like I know him too, but that's just because he's such a good writer.
All right, here we go. Now this is interesting. Originally, Xenophon was our main target, yet it's entirely devoid of any life. Does this mean we landed on the wrong place, or did J.U.L.I.A make another one of her infamous mistakes? From the very beginning, I was warning everyone about the premature total reliance on untested, sophisticated technology, and it would seem that I was correct in my assumptions. There is a possibility that some miscalculation was made by Chandra, led us toward Ambrosia.
Chanjanala.
But there's no way these things could have
Who's
sent
Chandra?
out any signal.
She's a planeswalker.
Yeah, no. Chandra the Firebrand? Yeah. Either way, we caught it, and it led us here, so let's explore. Today, our crew encountered mild nausea, nothing worth caring about, as there are more pressing matters. There's something wrong with this planet. I was conducting a spectral analysis of our surroundings, and the data simply doesn't add up. I'm considering the idea that this place was once actually bustling with life. But what happened? I am growing very curious. It would have been nice research if I hadn't run into that Cynthia Cleveland creature again. Gosh, she's getting on my
God.
nerves. How could someone so stupid as her even make it into our crew? Marr! Marr! Forget the Galgamax! What the hell? Our data channels are dead. And he decided to keep this information to ourselves for some reason. Well, he's the boss here, and now we've simply said that the communications with J.U.L.I.A is ongoing and nothing extraordinary has been found. It gets me worried, though. If we never recover our data channels, we're stuck on this planet. I'll try to look into the communication issue myself to make sure there is no sabotage. One suspect immediately jumps to mind.
Who is it?
I'm not sure! I'm still not sure about what is jamming our communication. I've run every single test available, but still can't isolate the problem. It's gotta be J.U.L.I.A, man. J.U.L.I.A's gotta be doing some crazy shit to the crew. J.U.L.I.A's running an experiment.
She's going all Hal.
I know, I might ask Alex to look into this with me. It should be his job anyways, and I am not that big of an expert on such things. Also, what originally seemed like ordinary nausea now appears more serious than we thought. Jen looks as though she's been poisoned by thallium. Our planetary data check ruled out radiation poisoning, which would have very similar symptoms. Rat.
Whoa!
Yep.
I'm convinced this is an inside job. My instincts point me to only one person. Could she be jealous of Li Zhang? Is that it? Better keep a close watch on her.
Cynthia.
Li Zhang died today. Her illness progressed so rapidly, I'm convinced she had to be poisoned. I wish I could verify that with J.U.L.I.A's internal laboratory, but the damn data stream is silent. We can't even get back into orbit. I called Alex to help me out with the other data channel's problem, but even after triple checking every single thing, we couldn't discover what's jamming the communications lines. The cause must be here in the station, because we were able to verify data is traveling to and from the probe. We just can't access it. In my opinion, someone messed with the decryption unit. But how? I feel terrible.
It's the computer.
It's the computer. I feel terrible. Have I been poisoned as well? If this is true, I have only 3 days to find out the cause of the poisoning and obtain an antidote. Not a very nice outlook. And that hag is always snooping around. I must warn Andy. He will know how to deal with her. I am sure of that. I've seen before that he's incredibly good at those kinds of things, and I have my doubts about what happened at Zenobia. She might be behind it. I got an order from Andy to create a special little maintenance program, something which could help us break datapad passwords. He knows how much I love cryptography, so he didn't have to ask twice. I need to keep my work secret. As long as she feels her datapad is safe, we might be able to find important clues in Thur.
So basically, I think we've solved the game in that the computer did it, and the planet is actually the thing that was ridiculously radioactive, right?
Yeah, no, the planet's totally radioactive, and their sort of analysis that said, "Hey, the planet's totally not radioactive," was a lie, right? That's where we are.
That's it.
Yeah,
All you have to do is computer. You kill some people, just don't say it's radioactive.
But I mean, like, can we now confront J.U.L.I.A? Like, I feel like this is what I want to do.
We're dead inside. We're just looking like, oh, I'm dead too. Like,
I mean, this would, you know what, Sean? This would be a pretty good game if it was like this long, if it was 2 hours long, and then the end of the game is we go back and confront J.U.L.I.A, and she says, "I saved you for last." You know?
That would be so good. That would be such a twist.
It'd be a good game. That'd be a good game.
Yeah, I would like that. That would really sort of satiate every question I had. Because the one question is it J.U.L.I.A? And then, yeah, it is. We've decided to play a little game with Miss Cleveland. Annie blamed her for poisoning our crew, and she told her that he has the proof in his locker. If she doesn't explain herself, she will have to deal with the consequences. I understand what he is after. If she panics, she might reveal something which would shed light into this poisoning. Also, my work on this little maintenance program progresses nicely. I will need it. I'll need to try it soon on her datapad. Alex died today! I met Andy and we decided to deal with Cynthia tonight. Even if she hasn't made any obvious mistake, we can't allow this to continue. She was caught snooping around the station again, and just the thought of her gives me the shakes. We'll end it tonight and inform the crew in the morning. She made it so simple for us. She followed us to the back of the station and tried to eavesdrop. It was easier than I thought. Now we can get back to real work. I messed up my first attempt and wiped some data from her datapad. I should have tested it first, but I was too excited to finally break in. I am positive that the answer to our poisoning lies in there. I feel I don't have much time left. What the hell? Either she faked it really... Oh, what'd you say?
No, okay, so he's checking Cynthia's datapad for proof that she's poisoning everyone with thallium.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
What the hell? Either she faked it really well or we've made a horrible mistake. I've broken the datapad and she actually suspected Andy to be the poisoner. I need to think now. I have a crazy idea about what could be the root cause of our problems. There is no way now that we will ever be able to return to the probe, so I think I'll borrow some of our hovercraft parts for my handmade Geiger counter. I wish I could show this to my friend, Donald Anax Phone Bixler. He'd scoff at my steampunk device.
He refers to him by his full name with his nickname in quotation marks.
Sean and F. Bouchard. Bill Fun with Bill Grainer.
Bill Fun with Bill Grainer. Jean Valjean.
Even so, we're in desperation mode. Uh-oh.
Boutros Ghali.
The device is almost done. I hope I'll wake up tomorrow so I can use it. Andy also knows his time will come soon. He told me his datapad password is An9768221K in case he doesn't survive. If he goes first, he wants me to take over this expedition. But I don't think I will survive past tomorrow. Have I missed any page 2s on any of these things? I don't think so. So, An9768221K. Okay. I will die soon. Based upon my device findings, some additional calculations, the radiation level is 11 J.U.L.I.A. It's too much for anyone to handle. I should have known this earlier. We have failed.
Yep.
Yeah, no, yep. Yes.
So he figured out that it's actually
Those
radiation.
simple digital scrap pads are used to write notes.
It was radioactive.
Commentary. I don't know where this part comes from, but I don't think it will be useful to find out.
I'm so glad that was interactive.
I don't know what this is, and I have no desire to find out.
Turn it on.
In a space station with no Geiger counter.
Holy shit. I mean, it's basically an interactive book. We're just going around reading shit. Bill, do you wanna read what's on this here blue board?
I could try. Donald, an Axophone Bixler, who accumulated the universe's largest digital games collection, died when his collection achieved an AI hive mind and blew his neural pathway.
Jesus Christ.
You said you like games. Afterwards, Donald was found by his friends clutching the only physical software in his home. Physical software? It was an indie cult classic, J.U.L.I.A Among the Stars. What?
This is
Forced on him
this
by
is
the developer.
a bunch of indie games.
A fit of unwanted gratitude. Meanwhile, the newly evolved intelligence infiltrated a hypercraft's control module and is last tracked fleeing the solar system while net streaming turn-based fighting cheats. Wait, what the fuck?
Wait,
okay,
what is this?
There's a runaway game inside the game that we're playing, which is the game.
Yep.
Unless it's referring to a fictional game in the universe of a game that's named after the fictional game in the game.
Both. I think it's both.
So, J.U.L.I.A Among the Stars infiltrated a hypercraft and ran away streaming turn-based fighting cheats. Sure.
Can I get access to the turn-based fighting cheats? That's what I really want.
I think it's a 900 number.
So Sean, do you want to do Alexander Brown?
Sure, I'll do Alexander Brown, who traveled to Elpis Alpha on the second Yamabushi expedition. She was enchanted by the planet's icy beauty and tall, majestic, snow-covered peaks. Alexandra decided to celebrate her first planetary landing by taking part in her favorite hobby, the obscure sport of ski yodeling. Unfortunately, her echoing and off-key yelps brought down a massive avalanche and crushed her completely. This is why ski yodeling, not even once.
No, these are people bios. These can't have anything to do with the fucking game.
No, I'm pretty sure this is like an Easter egg or something, except that it was right there. This is like what an Easter egg would be if they just left it out in, like if on Easter you went out and in your yard there was a big yellow platform with an egg sitting on it.
Yes.
Guys, This game was an Indiegogo campaign.
Oh shit! Are these
and
backers?
These are backers.
These are backers.
That's why you should never give backer rewards.
God, we never... Like, I think the best thing to do is to just burn the backers.
Okay. All right. I just wish there was a warning.
Oh my God, that's where the name Necrosis Thanatos go to their fucking
Is it
backer
really? And they
names,
just
man.
loved it so
Oh
much.
my God. Oh shit.
Necrosis Thanatos, a well-known cat lover, spotted a feline-looking alien creature on Ambrosia.
Oh shit.
Where some things happened. Things
Oh,
happened
fuck. I can only
on
go
Ambrosia
forward.
with a cat, and Necrosis was never the same again.
Necrosis Thanatos, dude. Shit. Conchalo Tordo. Well, okay. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Okay,
that sucks.
I wanna open one more thing because I'm curious.
Real cute, guys. Real cute.
Oh, I'm real fucking curious now, mister. Andrew Lark's data pad was AN976822221K. Wait, what?
Seriously?
Oh, cool.
How the fuck did you do that?
It's just 8675309.
Okay, well, fuck this. I'm not gonna read this shit. What are you, nuts? Main menu, let's save the game. Alright.
Julia. It's Julia.
Exit. Yes. That was a nice little game. I mean, it
I
wasn't.
enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that. That was not really as much a game as it was a book. But I like books, and like it's intriguing enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, so it's an interlocking information puzzle, right?
Yeah.
It's an IIP.
I mean, it feels like there's an interesting world there. I got to know the characters. I got to sort of like get involved in this soap opera that's going on where they all blame Cynthia for some reason for what's happening to them, when in fact like it's this other environmental thing, and I found it really, really super interesting. And I mean, the gameplay is not super active. There were a couple puzzles early on, right? We moved some solar panels around, and we put out some fires.
Yeah, and then it was just like, read these.
There's an inconsistency that's sort of weird. Like, I at the beginning of the game, I thought this was going to be totally in the mold of like a Nancy Drew, where, you know, we're going down, and a lot of this stuff is not dissimilar to that, but it would also have these like little mini game sorts of things that jump out, that give you something a little bit more active to do and break up the pace of all of the reading. And this doesn't really have that.
Yeah.
So
This is like Nancy Drew if Bess and George were dead from radiation poisoning.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's two disconnects I sort of struggle with. Like, not a lot, but at least a little bit. One is that, like, us, the main character, Rachel Manners.
You know, Miss Manners.
Yeah.
We're pretty blasé about all this. We're just like, oh, interesting. This is a scrap pad used for taking notes. Like,
just wait until we kill someone and show no remorse.
I mean, I guess two things. First of all, I don't know who is saying this is a scrap pad for taking notes. Is that Miss
That's the robot,
or is that
that's the mini Mobot.
That's Mini Mobot, right?
No. Like, specifically, Rachel said that. She was like, oh, this is a scrap pad used for taking notes.
Okay, so
yeah, I mean, like,
I feel incredibly disconnected from Rachel.
Yeah.
And there's a sense of like layers of mediation that is really weird. There's this mini Mobot that we're piloting around that's connected to a Mobot that's connected to Julia, and then we are Rachel, who's viewing all of this information.
Because we were woken up by Julia.
Yeah.
It's like we're seeing just what Julia wants us
Weird.
to see.
Yeah, I mean,
weird.
yeah, like, so that character's a disconnect. There's one that's just sort of like, whatever, I'm fine with it. Which is that the entire story hinges upon people filling out their fucking daily logs. Like, it would be so funny if it was like, we were told to fill out our daily logs. I'm not doing it. And then there's just 8 bodies. That's all the information. Well, I guess they died of radiation. I guess I didn't know. I don't know it was a radiation. But that I'm sort of fine with. There's always some sort of conceit that you make when you're reading a thing. But, yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, overall, it's the sort of game that I wish there were more of. Like, it's just an interesting little story with enough interactivity to make me, like, lean forward and feel like I am doing a thing. It's a little bit more stimulation than just turning a page on a book.
Well, and I actually think it's a lot more stimulation than that, because there's this sense of, like, you're really searching all of the information that you're presented with for not just clues to a large general mystery, but to specific clues in
That's
these,
a great
like,
point, yeah.
and it's unfortunate to me that they all take the form of passwords. Like, you're constantly looking for passwords, and I feel like the game would be better if that information was varied a little bit more.
Yeah, it should have been one password. It shouldn't have all been data pads. Like, it could have been a corrupted note.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Did you
blah, blah,
guys
blah.
did you play the Zelda game for the DS, the first one?
I didn't. That was like
Something about a mirror or a magnifying glass.
Moonlight Sparrow or the eye of the
Legend of Zelda,
Iris.
Skyward Princess, Double
Yeah, it
Down,
was
Double
Skyward
Down
Princess.
Sword, Double Down Sword Coast.
Yeah. Sword Coast. Zelda. Yeah. It was
Sword Kong 64. Is that what it?
Link's Unfastenings.
This is a brilliant game. That
Legend of Zelda 4 Bros. Sorry.
I may have talked about before. I don't know, but it's really cool because it is a traditional Zelda game. Phantom Hourglass. Thank you, chat. Phantom Hourglass is like a traditional Zelda game plus this layer of information as inventory, and so it uses the fact that you can, like, draw on the DS screen and take notes on it to create this whole system of you need to track information across the game. Like, the game will give you a map, and somebody will tell you, like, where on the map the treasure is, and you have to actually, like, draw it in or mark an X or something like that, or you're gonna forget, unless you're Sean Plott, because Sean Plott remembers everything. But if, like,
AM 976-8221K, bitches.
Normal people will have to, like,
Sean.
like, it gives you passwords and it gives you, like, but there's a variety to it. It's not all passwords, and it's all not all drawing on maps. There's, like, they do a really good job of exploring all of the possibilities that are afforded by that system of, locking information away. And I feel like this game really could have explored that space better and not just been, every data journal that you read has the password for the next data journal in it.
Yeah, I think that was probably the thing that disenchanted me the most, where I was almost unaware of how much of the information gathering we were doing, because it was just like, all right, next. Okay, here's the password. Okay, let's go ahead, next. Oh, there's another password. Let's go. Like, I liked the little break when we had Krylov's cracker thing, and we were able to crack a password.
Yeah.
Cracking Krylov's cracker Cynthia password pass.
Statistically, it is so unlikely for you to fail that.
You know what this game would have been really good as? A text adventure.
Was it once a text adventure?
Could it?
I don't think it was. But it does. I mean, it does sort of lend itself to the question of what does the game gain by having graphics? I mean, the graphics are good. I like the graphics. I really like a lot of the interface choices that they made, and the way that things were implemented. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, Bill. But I do think that from an interactive standpoint, if you were to make this a text adventure, mechanically it wouldn't lose a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, right? Like, so there's a question of, for me, is the art useful in the gameplay? I guess, or is the art
And
like
is that,
richly,
is that the only purpose of art?
Is the interaction with it rich enough? You know what I mean? Like that's, or it's like, or is the richness of the art, and the evocativeness of it, sort of reaching out to you to interact with it, are the affordances of interaction vastly more than the actual opportunities of interaction?
As Clickman,
might...
as the person actually doing the clicking, it was really nice. It
Yeah?
felt really
Yeah, it
good.
felt
to just
good.
like ooh, and to do the face.
I could just,
I mean, like,
yeah, I could tell that it felt good.
you could see how rapt I was, just like
Right?
leaning in, like my back hurts from doing it.
You were
I don't know if
leaning in
that's the
so
thing about
hard.
the game or like my physical condition, but
I mean, honestly, Bill, yeah, there was more reading in this game than in most of the games that we play, and there was less actual on-screen walking. But there was, I mean, it's not that different from most of the adventure games that we've played, in that you see a screen and you interact with a number of objects on the screen, and frequently you're just like either picking things up or having a dialogue response to that object, or inspecting it. And in this case, inspecting it means like there's 3 pages of daily log journal notes to read, but it doesn't strike me as like vastly different than a lot of the adventure games that we've played.
you know, since we're going a little over, I'm gonna wrap it up, and I will conclude my thoughts with: thought it was a nice game. I enjoyed it, but I think I'd prefer a game that either was like a 10 out of 10 experience or a 3 out of 10 experience. I like train wrecks or amazing things. Like Myst was 10 out of 10. The Dig I remember so vividly, and by the end I was just like howling with laughter. This I think was just quite solid.
Yeah, I mean it's just a game, good game,
It's just a game.
Good
just
game.
a game that you might like.
Mr. Fun with Bill, yo thoughts?
Well, I was just trolling around here, and it seems that J.U.L.I.A from 2012, which, by the way, like the fact that this game was a remake of a game that came out in 2012 makes me fascinated and curious what the hell the differences are. Other than, it's supposed to look better, but like, that always makes me wonder. Like when I see a remake of something, I always wonder what the original looked like. And I noticed that it is made with the Wintermute engine. Do you guys know anything about that?
Wintermute.
No.
That sounds like it's somebody's homebrewed engine.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be good for graphical point-and-click adventures. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting to me.
Yeah,
I've heard of it before.
So I know nothing about this, but based on its history, the fact that it was an Indiegogo funded game, my guess is that there's it was a graphical overhaul that they sort of remade it for. It wasn't like artistically they said this is a game that needs to be remade for a new age. But I think which actually calling it a remake is maybe the wrong choice of words. I don't know. Maybe it is a remake, but it sort of seems like, we created a thing that gets released as a promotional tool for funding the full production of the game.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Sort of like a stepped production thing.
I'm going to hunt for a title that is more polarizing for next week.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah?
A real polarizer.
You don't want to keep J.U.L.I.A.ing?
I'm really enjoying it. Like, to be very honest, I'm enjoying it. Like, if anyone is watching this, it gets a Sean Plott seal of go buy it, because I enjoy it. I don't know if that's a seal, but there it is. With wax.
Yeah.
But what we did for about an hour and a half was read, and, and it was like very hard to read. I had to like lean in because the text was so tiny.
The text is real small.
So fuck it, I don't want to read. So yeah, I'll do a little hunting. I really enjoy it. And I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else, or are we just gonna close out this puppy?
No, this was good. This is a solid
that's
one.
good.
I feel like.
Solid, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I would be interested to continue this game. I may well do that.
You may check it
Unless,
out.
Sean, are you gonna stream it? Do you think ever?
No.
I think I probably won't. I don't know if Plot will.
Well, guys, I'm Sean Plott.
And I'm Bill Grainer.
And I'm Sean Bouchard.
It was a nice show. It was solid. It was good. We did it.
It's a
And
good
guess
show.
what? We're done.
That's it. This is what life is now.
GG.